Hi everybody, this is filmed on my new camera and with my new mics and my new lights, so we'll see how this works out. Today I'm more opening with a question, and that is, I'm wondering if there will be a lot of change in the Nordic Larp community after the pandemic. I know we don't like to think about it. I think a lot of us, what we're longing for, those of us who are longing to go back to LARPing, are longing for it to go back to normal, whatever normal is. But I think there are some things that might change, and that's what I'm going to discuss today. So, number one, LARPing local. Nordic Larp is one of the LARP schools or genres that have actually meant that people have traveled explicitly to go to a LARP on another continent. There's also been the Italian LARPs that have made people travel across Europe and from the US to come and LARP. And I think that both the way we travel because of expenses, how expensive it will be to take a flight to a LARP, but also the environmental impact of flying and the risk of new pandemics is going to affect whether or not you choose to actually travel far to go to a LARP. So I think international LARPers will be fewer people, or that the international LARPers that are out there might go for fewer trips per year to go to a LARP. I'm also thinking the physical distance that we've gotten used to even when we meet during the pandemic, I think it might affect how we do and make LARPs in the future. I think this is something that a lot of us worry about, if we even thought about it, because Nordic LARP has been so very physical and intimate and been a lot about human-to-human interaction and relationships. And I think they will still be about those subjects, but maybe the way we approach those subjects will change. That's something that affects me in the way that I design LARPs, and that's something I need to think about. What to do about the physicality and intimacy of my own LARPs, the LARPs that I write and design and set up, because I do feel an obligation to keep my players maybe not safe, but to have them completely informed about the risks they're going to take coming to the LARP and participating in the LARP, and what they can do to lessen or minimize those risks. So being risk aware and handling risk. So I also think a lot of us will be in a worse economical position than we were before the pandemic. So I think that might affect how expensive games we might be able to make. And that is actually a challenge I am kind of looking forward to, because even though I don't mind that there are expensive LARPs, I think there should be all kinds of LARP at all kinds of price instances. I hope that a lot of the really gifted designers and the people who have a lot of experience will pour that experience into making maybe not cheap games, but games that will use the budget they have access to in the most responsible way, because I find there's a lot of interesting challenges there when it comes to adapting to what kind of venue you can get, what kind of services you can offer to participants, and what's reasonable within your budget. So I think that's also going to affect it. Now, what kind of long-term post-pandemic effects are you thinking about? Are you thinking about things like people from different countries being unevenly allowed to travel to other countries? Are you thinking about people having papers that they're vaccinated? How are LARPs, especially very physical and intimate LARPs, going to handle the whole thing with the vaccine inequality, and so on and so on? And how will you handle someone who's not willing to take the vaccine but still wants to come to your LARP? So those are the questions I'm sending out there to you. I'll get this to you when I have edited it. That's also a challenge and something I'm learning to do.